empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but the
Welcome back everyone for another Tiny Tank special. Today, we had a lot of people asking for it since the last video, wanting an account overview of Tiny Tank, seeing just what's under the hood. So you guys asked for it, you're going to get it. So let's get started. Currently it's around about 1.15 billion might. You can see inside the turf here. Looking at the buildings, only got 2 barracks and the rest infirmaries. Why 2 barracks? Well, for me it works really well. Training T2 and T4 only. The T2 you can use for 24-hour speed ups, and for the T4 3-day speed ups works nicely as well. You see I've got no farms, no anything like that, no food, no ore, don't need them, and minimal familiar buildings as well, all just keeping the might as low as possible. You can see the rest of the buildings here. See inside the Verge way, still working on this. I'm not spending any money on this, trying to speed it up. I'm tempted to. I mean, if you look at all the stats in here, I mean, all the towers are level 13 at the minute, approaching level 14. Actually, inside all these stats here, if you add them all up, there's 11% of each attack stat. So, yeah, it is tempting just to speed through it all, get that extra 11% imp, cav, and range. But for now, I'll slow roll it and see how we go. VIP 14, again, I'm tempted to move this up to 15. You can see it get an extra 10% army attack if I were to go to VIP 15. I'm about 450,000 points away, so it's 450,000 gems basically to buy it, to get up to get that extra army attack. Again, for now, I don't necessarily need it, so I'm going to slow roll it. I'm sure as I get closer and closer, I'll probably go for it. Looking inside the labyrinth, I do not have Elite unlocked, as you can see. I've never made one of those big purchases to unlock it, and never will. Moving over to the castle skins. I've got a couple. I think I've purchased one of them. All the others have been free to play, earned from competitions. The recent arcade one I've got. All the 7-day temporary skins I'm never going to use. I'm just keeping for prosperity. And here you can see a couple of the 3 other towers I've got. I think I purchased one back in the day, a long time ago. Got some castle stars. Should we have a little gamble, see if we get lucky? 39%. What do we think? Let's give it a go, see how our luck is today. Yeah, shit, okay. Luck's not in today, that's fine. We'll try another day. Okay, you can see inside the bags, I've got plenty of food, plenty of stone. Not a load of wood, but you know, it's enough that if I need to heal from the bag, if I ever need to, then I can do. That's, you know, without too many issues. Now, on to the research. Economy trees maxed out other than gem harvesting. You need that for T4 troops. Defense, I've only got the 1 archer tower unlocked, and that's to basically frig the stats a bit to make it look less trappy. Military tree is unlocked all the way to the bottom. For any trap out there, you have to do this basically. This counter research is huge. It makes such a difference on your account. It does add extra might as well, yes, but I would definitely recommend doing it. Monster hunting, I've got more than I wanted. My guild were starting to track monster hunts, and being a trap with hardly any monster hunting research, I was lacking and severely lacking. Unlocked Monster Hunt 3, and I'm still severely lacking. It takes ages to kill a level 3 monster. It's not a monster hunting account, it's a trap account. Upgrade defense is empty as you'd expect, don't need anything there. Military tree, we've got a few of the early subsidies. I mean, this account started off as a solo trap, so I needed those subsidies to help with that. And coming down to the quick swap is the main thing you need as a trap, so you can swap your gear. You can see here I've got the bigger army. Again, this was a big mistake. When the Mirage Realm came out, I experimented with trying to hide troops in the Mirage realm, like almost a griffin trap. But, you know, I've got so many troops, it was just absolutely pointless. So I added extra might that I didn't need. Next, army leadership. Don't need the cav wedge. Really don't need it. If anything ever sends an inflast at you, cav fal is what you need. You're never ever going to defend in cav wedge other than that. Military command, you obviously need your breakthrough so you can get your mythic gear. Familiars. All you need is pack 2. You do not need anything more than that, and I'll show you why. Don't have pack 3, pack 4. Keep that might and research might down as much as you can. You do not need pack 3, pack 4. On the wall, however, you can see the slots I've got open. I've got minimum needed to open slot 3 and minimum needed to open slot 4. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got 4 FAMs on my wall, and I'll go through them in a bit more detail soon. Yeah, the 5th FAM is going to add 100 million might or so. I'm never ever going close to that. Sigils, don't have any, don't need them. Wonder battles, I'm never going to be doing any wonder marches, don't need them. Gear, this is going back to when the Mirage Realm came out. I needed to unlock the Lunar Foundry to try and, well, to get access to the Mirage Realm you need Lunar Foundry. So this is where I did that research and then instantly regretted it when I tried to hide my troops. And I could only hide a few troops. My army size was not enough. My army march is not enough to make it worthwhile. So that's the research tree done. And here's the Mirage Realm, $4.99 a month. I'm not paying for that. It's just absolutely not worth it for me. I'm sure some accounts, you know, if you like your monster hunting, the Griffin traps, yes, absolutely. But you'll see my troop comp in a minute. It's going to make hiding 1 or 2 million troops in there is going to make absolutely no difference for me. Heroes, 7 gold heroes only. You know, most of them, well, all free-to-play ones there. Rose Knight for the army attack and cav HP. Tracker I don't use, but it does give me an option, range option. I've got 2 Inf heroes with the Inf attack and Inf HP, 1 cav and 1 range, and then I'm working on Chronicler. It's taken absolutely ages. 125 more medals needed, but then she'll be gold and then I'll have that full counter boost. So yeah, can't wait to get that one. Boommeister, slowly working that through Dragon Arena. And then I do have a couple of pay-to-play heroes here. Well, Flower Maidens from the Guild Expedition, slowly boosting that up. Wave Crasher, I've got it down just, you know, for those passive stats, only 1%. Same with Magmaroid, the Imp passive stats. I may take them to up more, I don't know. I'm not that bothered by it. Sand Sage again, to get a 1% range. You know, that will be my next one, to get her from 0.5 to 1. It's only a tiny amount, but you know, every stat helps. 1 Lightweaver medal, nah, not going anywhere close to them. Stay away from them, unless you, that's a rabbit hole and a half to go down there. So coming over to look at the familiars. So you can notice straight away I've got a couple of pack 5s. Got the Bon Appetit and Jade Worm. So Bon Appetit is maxed out for the army talent, 600% damage when 4% of the troops have fallen. Jade again is 4%, but the most important thing with Jade is you get that 15% counter boost, is huge. And the army talent is pretty cool as well, reducing the damage that the enemy does. You can see I've got, you know, Pyrus is maxed just for the Pyrus skill. Evil Weevil is another one on my wall. Any trap again should have Evil Weevil to give that extra HP boost. You can see I've got a couple of other things maxed here just to help him with infirms, help him get those, get the extra skills up for the familiars. And another one that any trap should have is Aquarius as well, to reduce army HP by 15%. Definitely have those 2 on your wall, guys. And then if you've got any others, so this one here that I've been using recently increases my range attack by 15% at the start. Mainly being because I'm sitting in range foul for the time, you know, that's my preferred formation, and giving me that extra 15% does make it helps. I have got 2 pack 5s. I'm only using 1 on the wall, and you'll see why when you see my troop comp. They need to lose 4% of your troops before they will proc. I'm hoping not to lose 4% of my troops, certainly in the early rallies I'm taking. 4% of my troops is a lot. You see here I'm working on a few others. I'm getting Frostwing, getting that increase there just so I can get the little passive stats up. Working on all of these, same with Gargantua. I'll get my cav stat up as well. I'm in no rush to speed through any of these. You know, I'm just training them as you do, not putting anything extra into these. I don't need to anymore. My stats are good enough, but you know, every stat helps, so I will get there eventually. But there's only so much you can do on the accounts. You can see all the other familiars here. I've not touched them. You know, every time you level them up, you're increasing your might. So try and keep, as a trap, you know, you want to keep your might as low as possible. So yeah, try and only do what's needed with your familiars. Don't go anything above than that. So onto my wall. There you go. I've got some tier 1 traps there. Again, these are just there. They every time I get hit, some of these get destroyed. It's just helping with my stats, so when people look at my account, try and make it look less trappy. And having a trapped loss stat, you know, they only add, is it two might per trap? It's hardly anything. You can see my 5 heroes here. I switch between my heroes every time I try and hide. I usually change my hero, change my avatar, change my castle skin. So these are the 5 heroes I usually have on my wall. I've got 2 army attack heroes, and then 1 range, 1 inf, 1 cav with cav attack. Well, with attack and HP on each of those. So yeah, I just cycle through those leaders trying to hide the account. I've got another range, another imp hero there if I wanted to. But you know, for me, 2 army attacks and then 1 of each. It's nice and solid, nice and stable. You're not going to boost any stat and lessen any other stat. See here my 5 fams I've all got maxed out on the wall. Army HP buff, the army HP debuff, I'd say those 2 are definites. Jade, the 9% damage decrease when 4% of your troops have fallen. I'm having that one in place of the bomb at the minute. I'm boosting my range attack by 15 at the start of every battle. For single rallies, that one works well. If I'm going to be taking any doubles, triples or rally parties, I will put my bomb in place of that range boost. You know, as I'm taking more and more rallies, I'm losing more and more troops, and that will help us out a big deal. Artifacts, I've not really done anything too crazy with these. You can see, as you know, it's all been free to play. I've not spent any money on the artifacts. Concentrating on the imp attack, cav and range attack, and anything other than that. I've had a few artifact increases through Guildfest where you're struggling for points and you have to take an upgrade artifact quest, and I've had to upgrade some of the rubbish artifacts, but it's fine. It's make sure your account look a bit normal. You can just see the stats as I'm going through the screen there. Nothing really to shout home about. Onto the gear. This is my speed gear / fake gear. It is sort of jeweled, not with anything decent. It's mainly purple jewels, blue jewels, whatever I've got left over basically. My war gear is fully jeweled, as you'll see in a second. But yeah, these are basically what I've got left over. I will try and fully jewel a fake set at some point. I mean, quite recently I've been taking a lot of my rallies in my fake set. You see the stats there, 300, 300, 360. That's without Fury. Let's quickly go into Fury so you can see the stat. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit your resource tile, just need to get into Fury. So you can see here my stats in my fake gear with Fury on. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not amazing, but 322, 321, 381. You don't need amazing stats, guys. You really don't. As long as you've got the troop comp behind it to back it up, from my experience, the troop comp is the all-important thing. Stats are great, obviously, but they're not 100% needed. When I do get in trouble, I've got my war set. I rarely wear it. As soon as I put it on, people run away. They get scared. They're not going to go anywhere close to me when they see my war gear go on. So there's 7 mythic and quite heavily asteroid pieces. Still got the 1 gold cup. Still quite a way away from that. I've got all the free-to-play pieces still to get, plus all the halos. I'm not speeding through it. It'll come when it comes. And yeah, you can see all of the pieces are dual. They've got the Cav, Imp and Range attack dual in, all gold. So every single piece has exactly the same jewels in it, which is really boosting up the attack stats. And if we look at the attack stats, just make sure I'm in talents. I'm in the war talents. I've got a war talent and a farm talent. Preferably staying in war all the time. I've never taken a hit in farm talents. Just to show you what I do use for my war talents. I have the Imp stat that's not the maxed one, but everything else is. And looking at my stats, in Fury, there we go, 607, 640 and 597 Cav. So yeah, it's pretty much 600 across the board, which is a pretty solid attack stats. You know, whenever I get my gear on, there's nobody walking back. That's for certain. You can see my stats here. I did do a lot to make myself look less trappy. And you can see there, Turf's Lost 1055. I was stuck on Turf's Lost 1 forever and ever and ever. So if you want to see how I managed to change all my stats to make them look better, go and check out my guild expedition trap video, and I go through it in detail there of how I managed to make my stats look a lot better. So if the average person, average rally guy looked at this, they wouldn't see anything bad about it. So you can see there my stats. You can see I've got nearly 1 billion troop might. You know, as a party trap of what Tiny Tank is now, you're gonna be mainly troops. I think my base might is around about 170 million, I think, if I was to get zeroed. You see here I've got a load of Astrolite. Stay tuned for the next video to see what happens with all this Astrolite. There's an awesome Astrolite event at the moment. Yeah, you do not want to miss what happened to Tiny Tank with the Astrolite. I got some insane luck, but I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm saving that for the next video. Don't want to make the video too long. A lot of feedback from my last video, it's far too long, so I'm trying to keep this one as short as I can. So there, you see my mixed gear, it's pretty solid. The offhand, level 12, it was my first piece to get to Mythic. It was so cheap and so easy to get to level 12. I will push the mitts one day, I think, but you know, that at level 12, the stats on it are pretty decent indeed. So it doesn't have any HP on it, but the attack stats are pretty good. So you're just going through here, seeing I've got a lot of fake gear as well, trying to make the account look as normal as possible. I think I actually put my fake gear on here. I'll show you what it looks like. I rarely, well, sometimes use it when baiting. Less so now. Now I'm 1.1 billion might. When I was a smaller 800 might rally trap, I'd use this gear quite often. But yeah, less so now. Lots of purple. And you've got to have a nice drum in your mix set, haven't you, when you're baiting? Nice fake. Never have a drum in your real mix set, but if you're baiting, you know, a drum is often, you know, I'd love to rally people who's got a drum in their mix set. It's useless. So it is my aim to try and get Astrolite level 12 on all of my mixed gear. If anybody out there would love to support me on doing that and help me on the way, YouTube does have a super thanks option where you can support me and help me on the way. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free. I will spend every single penny on the Astrolite. Now, over to what you're waiting for, which is the troops. As you can see, I currently have 77 million troops. You know, I'm no longer a rally trap as such, I am a party trap. T1 only ever have ballistas, never have anything else. They will sit at the back and not get involved, but they will soak up any Pyrus attacks, and you do not want them hitting your T2. You can see on the T2, 15 million Imp and Cav and 33 million range. I do have a million range T3 as well, just to get a little bit of a oomph. That is new to the account. And moving down to the T4, well, see here the T2 is 8 might per troop, T3 is 24, so it does a bit difference. And you can see the T4, I've got quite a hefty T4 front line, or T4 comp there as well, 4.1 imp and range, only 4 mil Cav and 100,000 T4 siege, just to try and help prevent those walkbacks. So that's the comp. Let me know in the comment what you guys think. For me, it's working so well. I don't really need my gear. I take most of my rallies in the speed gear and only move to the war gear when I really need to. 1.15 bill, 77 million troops. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Yeah, let me know what you might do differently with my account. If you know, what would you change? Would you add something? Would you remove something? I'd be really interested to know in the comments what you think of it. Now a little video again of my current guild, Pyro Fury Empire. We are always recruiting, for always on the lookout for good war-orientated people. Lead accounts, rally leads, wonder leads, T5 fillers with sigils. We are a dedicated war guild. We migrate around quite often. We've got a little bot that helps us on our migrations that we've created ourselves, meaning that we never ever get a bad migration. So yeah, if anyone's looking out there looking for a new guild, come and find us. Tell them that Tiny Tank sent you. And hopefully see you soon. See you in the next one, guys.